Meanwhile, as the Russian-Ukraine tension continues to unfold, the Russian President Vladimir Putin is mounting more offensive attacks against Ukraine. The Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, on the other hand, remains defiant, not backing down in his defense of the territory. Leaders from across Connecticut are reacting after Russia launched an attack on Ukraine, saying the United States stands with Ukraine and its people. However, what do you think is Putin's next plan? What is he up to? After the invasion on Ukraine, what's the next phase of his move? If he is to move forward, what are his next options? Now, that's a very complicated question. Hello and welcome to Rove News. This time, my name is Chris Ogbanje. Let's take a quick look at the following geography. Surrounding Ukraine to the east and south are 5 nations: Poland, Slovakia, Hungary, Romania, and Moldova. Don't forget the first 4 are NATO members. But what is NATO? NATO stands for the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, also called the North Atlantic Alliance. It is an intergovernmental military alliance among 28 countries with the aim of guaranteeing the freedom and security of its members through political and military means. So what it means is this: if Putin attacks any of the first 4 nations above, which are NATO members, he is attacking NATO. And don't forget, NATO's chief Jens Stoltenberg called on Russia to end the war in Ukraine and withdraw all forces, adding that the alliance would not send troops or combat jets to support Kyiv, as it does not want to become a part of the conflict directly. In his words, he said, NATO is a defensive alliance and we do not seek conflict with Russia. Russia must immediately stop the war, pull all its forces from Ukraine, and engage in diplomatic efforts. However, Putin's body language has shown that he wants to recover the glory of the Soviet Empire, which fell in 1991. Now, if he attacks Moldova, which shares a long border with Ukraine, around 1,225 kilometers long, in his hegemonic ambition, that means he is inviting NATO to the war. My guess and hope is, Putin will not take that risk, but in a war plan meeting held on Tuesday by Alexander Lukashenko, the president of Belarus, a long line was pointed to the Eastern Europe, while the other line pointed straight on Moldova. Now, who is giving this geography lecture? Well, it is the leader of one of Russia's satellite states, Alexander Lukashenko. Knowing the relationship between Putin and Lukashenko, you can be almost sure that this is nothing short of a war cry and a battle plan. And this is calling the world's attention as we speak. And this territorial expansion cannot be said to be over yet. Our world is at war, and the question on who is waging it is not far-fetched. He is the man, Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, who left the world guessing for a while if there would be an invasion on Ukraine. However, out of the blues, he invaded Ukraine, and in his words, which sounded like a threat to the world, he said, "If you interfere from outside, you will face consequences greater than any you have ever faced in history." You see, there will be a gap in our understanding of this war if we do not first of all understand the man pulling the heat, Vladimir Putin. In 2008, sent his troops to Georgia, another European country, and invaded it. Again in 2014, he took possession of Crimea, and in 2022, he invaded Ukraine in a multi-frontier attack. Here is the question that people are asking. Where did Putin get the dictatorial traits from? Anatoly Sobchak, a man greatly admired by Putin, under whose tutelage Putin learned his ways, placing on him a zero sense of danger. That means what is dangerous to you and me may not seem so dangerous to Vladimir Putin. Putin dreams of a Russian state is one which is independent, influential, and feared. What is Putin's next plan? Putin's goals and demands are multifaceted. Putin wants to get NATO to ban Ukraine from being a part of the defensive alliance. He wants to destabilize Zelensky's government and put a puppet government, at least a friendly government, in place, thereby establishing Russia's dominance over Ukraine, Belarus, and Kazakhstan. Now, here is a question. Would that restore and bring to life the old Soviet Union? Whatever the answer is, it will be a big step to recovering the glory of the old fallen empire, at least in Putin's mind.